Statesman Nation, here with senior men's soccer player Angelo Kelly out of Ottumwa. Angelo, appreciate you coming in, short notice here at the game tonight and everything. So we'll keep you short so we can get you all ready for tonight. First off, I wanted to talk to you last year. Never had the opportunity to, but this is your senior year, and obviously you're building up to hopefully a great senior year. Just talk about your career overall and the expectations for this year. What are you hoping to succeed this year?
Well, throughout the years since I've been here, since my freshman year, I've been to the transition of having always a new coach every year. So
true.
I kind of got used to just being, I guess, without a coach. But now, since Jamie came in, he's a good fit for us. Despite Martinez leaving and everything, it was a kind of like a good turnaround for the program, because now you have a person who is now going to stay for hopefully several years.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah, hopefully several years.
No pressure, Jamie, but you're expected to stay here a while.
But for me as a senior, I have high expectations, because you also, don't want to go out as a losing season, but you also want to make it the best experience for yourself and for the team. So I believe, as a team, that we have high expectation, despite joining this tough conference. But I also feel like we have a good team to give everybody a run for their money.
And a huge team, for that matter. Normally we've had 30, and then last year we went to 45, and now all of a sudden we're through the roof at 60 guys on this team. So talk about that aspect. You guys have so many new players, and I know you guys kind of have it split up a little bit with kids that are JV and varsity and redshirting, etc. But I guess talk about your role, where you're at with the varsity group, and just overall with all the new kids, how they look up to you, etc.
Oh yeah, of course. We all have a big group, like you say. We have, from last year it was 30 some, and now all the coaching staff doubled that to 60 some. So it was good. At first I figured it's kind of weird having all this massive team, but for now it's good. We all like each other. We all get along perfectly. And we are here for one thing, it's to play soccer, which benefits us a lot. And I feel like they all look up to me a lot, just for the fact that I've been here quite longer, and they always ask me questions, hey, how you guys did in the previous years, so forth. But I feel like we got a good group of guys, and despite some of them being eligible, because of their NAIA clearance and others, for personal reasons and others. But other than that, I feel like we got a good group. Just gonna keep growing and growing and work on to next year.
Sure. And obviously, next year that's somebody else's problem, right? But
it's true.
Right. But as far as it is a big group, but with that, there's so many kids from all over the place, and we have guys from Germany and Iowa and Australia and Missouri and etc. Talk about again, as a returner and someone who's been through the ringer several times, of how difficult it might be to get everybody to gel, being that they're coming from so many different areas. In soccer, even though very universal sport, there's just so many different ways to play soccer. Depending on where you're at in the world, you're either very, very aggressive, style in some parts, and other parts it's more finesse. So I'm sure a lot of these guys are coming with different styles of play, and trying to meld that all together under the William Penn style. Yeah,
that is true. But like you said, they all got different styles, but now the thing that we're lacking on a little bit is chemistry. Because like you said, we got a lot of different different styles of it. So I feel like we as players have to grow and try to apply a system and a style to our team that we can all fit and feel comfortable. Because other players can this way, other players this way, but at the end of the day, we all play as a team, and we have to adjust to how you play, and adjust to how others play. So I feel like we all have to make adjustments, despite we're not liking how the other plays. We just got to play through it and build good chemistry. Because we started the season a little bit rough, We won a game, then we lost, then we won now. We're having a home opener, so now we feel like throughout this week we have been building good chemistry, and I feel like we got some potential to go to and show and defend the home field. Right,
definitely. And you guys are back on grass again after the last couple of years being on the turf and everything. Talk about that personally for you, playing on both surfaces. What do you like better, and what are you excited about being on? You guys have probably practiced a bunch on that grass and everything. Just kind of getting back to natural play again.
Honestly, I prefer just play grass just because that's how we actually play. Always soccer, always on grass.
Right.
But I like a lot better the transition from turf to grass just for the fact that when the turf came and it's always like a rainy day, the ball will skip a lot faster and stuff. A lot of people will have more injuries because the turf is bad for your knees, and when you wear some type of boots that have studs, you either get stuck on the turf, and it just builds a lot of problems and stuff, but not many teams around Iowa have turf, so it's kind of at the same time pointless to practice on turf if we're never going to play on turf when we go face other teams. But other than that, now we have the good grass, and it feels more like home now because we were sharing that place with the football team, so it didn't feel like we have our own field now that we do. We feel like we got something to play for, and defend our home field now.
Right, truly your home turf,
Yes.
Cool. All right, man. Well, we talked about the soccer side, which is always fun, but I always like getting into the actual personal side of stuff, so we'll get right to it. Angelo Kelly, what's your nickname?
I actually don't got, many people, it all started like back then. My grandma never said my name properly, so she always called me Ange, and I guess since I came to the United States now, people started to develop and they call me Ange and Angie, so I go by Ange. A lot of people, because a lot of international just they hear the previous guys from last year called me Ange, so it's they just followed through it.
Yeah, sure, why not? It must be okay.
Yeah, so I guess it must be okay, so I go by Ange.
Right. Just coming up 63, so obviously this was a close transition for you from Ottumwa, but talk about why you chose to come to William Penn.
Well, I chose to come to William Penn because I also wrestle a little bit on the side, and I also wanted to do both sports, and as well my older brother came here as well when I was a freshman, so I basically followed him, and I was able to stay close to home and drive back and forth in case my mom ever needed anything. I need to do laundry.
There you go. Right, exactly. Hey, Mom, I'm home. Here you go. Describe Coach Highcock in one word.
Intense.
Intense, yeah. If you were a superhero, who would you be?
I would say Flash.
Flash? That works pretty well for you, I'd say so. People say you look like, could be a famous person, could be a family member.
A lot of people say they say I look like Ronaldinho.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Cool. Favorite food?
I would say rice and any type of meat, whether it's fried fish or chicken.
Sure. Cool. Favorite movie?
I would say Warrior.
Okay. That's a really good movie. Very cool. Favorite TV show?
Ooh, don't got one. Don't got one. I don't really watch that much TV shows. I'm more into movies.
Skip right over it then. Okay, you've been all conference a couple of times. You can answer this both individually and as a team. But your goal in the sport this year?
Honestly, it's more like a short-term goal. It's more achieve. Just built something for the team that way for next year.
Right.
That way, the younger generation just moves up to it. But I feel like for individuals' goal, I feel like I have to do more. Beat my previous scores from last year, be as a top scorer or the top assist, and as a team, just try to win something, shoot for it, because in soccer anything can happen. So.
Yeah, no, definitely, you guys can pull off an upset at any given time in soccer.
That is true.
Currently listening to in your iPod in your car, what kind of music are you listening to now?
I also listen. I'm very diverse when I listen to it. Sometimes I go from rock, listening to Linkin Park, to traditional Hispanic music, to bachata and stuff. So it just goes back and forth.
Just whatever the day is, right? If you had $1 million, what would you buy?
Actually, I wouldn't buy anything. I would actually pay my student loans.
There you go. I hope you don't have $1 million with the student loans.
Yeah, I'll pay back my student loan. Whatever's left, I'll just decide.
There you go. Find something. Obviously, when you're not playing soccer, you're wrestling. But if you weren't doing either one of those sports, what other sport would you love to do?
Actually, I don't think I would have to do any other sport. probably it's more like a hobby, working out and running.
Sure.
So I guess I could be considered running cross country.
There you go.
Because I run a lot throughout the summer.
Keep that quiet cross country.
Yeah.
Right next door, they'll get you
course.
running. Favorite sports hero?
Favorite sports hero? Don't got one, honestly.
Just like the teams, right?
Yeah, I just like watching the team. It's a lot better. Cause
Sure.
There's a lot of, I don't know, a lot of issues, conflict to see who's better and who's not. So.
Right, all that. And then finally, person in history you'd most like to meet. Famous family member you never possibly met, living, deceased.
I'd say a famous person I would like to meet, like Messi.
Okay.
Messi.
He's fairly good.
Yeah.
Actually, and then finally, I started asking this later on last year, but put the recruiting hat on. You're talking to a potential student athlete, senior or JUCO or whatever. Try to sell them on William Penn. What do you tell them to say, hey, this is why you should come to William Penn?
Honestly, I would tell them, it's like, what are you actually looking for, Because if you're looking for a small school, a good environment, of course, But if you come from a big city, it's how internationals come from, it's just, I would tell them, it's like you're going to have to make a huge sacrifice because some people come from a big city to a small town.
Right.
So if I tell them, it's like if you're actually going to play soccer, it's like I would say William Penn will be a good place because it's a small school, and everybody knows everybody. And they also will keep track of you to see what you're doing.
Sure.
So,
which is a good thing.
Yeah,
it's not a Gestapo thing, but just hey, we care about you. Want to make sure that you're doing the right things.
I will refer him to Coach Highcock as well. It's like hey, he's a good coach. He'll treat you well as long as you don't do nothing.
Sure. Yeah, you're fourth coach in 4 years, so
yeah. So
I'm sure you've loved them all, but right now loving Coach Highcock and hoping he can lead you to a victory tonight.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully, then on Sunday we have another game. Just keep going and get ready for conference because conference is just right around the
corner.
Yeah.
It'll be a tough one, but
yes.
All right, man. Well, thanks so much for sitting down for a few minutes, and best of luck tonight. 7:30 start. So if you guys are in Oski, come on out to the Draws Field, part of Lacey Complex, and cheer on your statesmen. All right.
Thank you very much.
Ange.